Yo, 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 what's good, family? Welcome to PNP. What's good? It's your boy Rashad, one half of PNP, and I'm here today to talk about the AFC South, okay? First of all, I want to apologize for not getting these out. My bad. It's been a minute. I've been working on some other things, been busy, but I'm here today to give y'all these grades in order, all right? So, real quick, I know y'all probably over grades at this point, but again, I still owe it to y'all to put these out. So, again, just click it, man. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning listener, man, just hit that like button for your boy, and get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. All right, let's talk about it. Now, first of all, let me shout out to all the Texans fans, all the Jaguars fans, all the Titans fans, and all the Colts fans. All right, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It's a lot of information here from y'all for fantasy. It's a lot of stuff here. Just click on it on the channel, subscribe, and it's a ton of stuff here. And I know while you're scrolling through, you're gonna see a lot of Panthers stuff. That's because I'm a Panthers fan. But again, we have a lot of content for all fan bases. Okay, so hit that subscribe button. We have a goal to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're right here at 10,000, just over 10,000. So we got a long way to go. All right, do your part. Hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into these drafts. All right, let's kick this thing off with the Houston Texans. Okay, the Texans, they had only had 5 picks, so it wasn't a lot of guys you can kind of walk away with. You didn't have a first round pick. The Texans right now, first of all, let's go ahead and say a prayer for the Texans. All right, the Texans right now are in shambles. Okay, they got to figure out what's going on with Deshaun Watson. It's not looking good right now. They are not looking good as a franchise. Okay, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. That first round selection went to Miami with the Larry Tunsil trade. And listen, we don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. So what do you guys do? You take Davis Mills at 67, and I don't know about this pick, bro. I don't listen. I don't know. I think he's a pocket guy. He doesn't have the mobility, doesn't have the high end traits that you want in a quarterback. So I don't know about this one, man. It's gonna be a project in the second round. I guess you got to get something. You still got Tyrod Taylor and whatnot, but I don't know about that pick there. I think he offers something, but geez, in the second round, I don't know about that. I don't know about that pick at all, bro. That's a head scratcher for me. And next up, Nico Collins. Now this is a guy I like. I do like Nico Collins. Is a big, tall wide receiver. Guess you're trying to get that that Andre Johnson kind of thing going, but he's a good route runner, really big dude. Only thing is he doesn't have the greatest speed, so I think it's a solid value. I think solid value at this point. Nico is a good, big, tall wide receiver. So I like it. I like that pick. I'm not mad at that pick at all. Then next up, you added a pick that I like a lot too. It's going to be Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan is a good tight end out of Miami, and I think he's got really good yak ability. The dude is dynamic. I like he can get out in the open field and do some damage. Decent blocker too. He's got some really good film blocking as well. I think this is really good value. A good value where you got him. You got him in the 5th round. So that it doesn't get any better than that from a value standpoint. So I love that pick. And then next up you got Garrett Wallow. Excuse me. I'm not familiar with this cat. I can't really speak to this because I don't really know who he is. I'm hearing he's good at coverage. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not really familiar with that cat at all. Then you added Roy Lopez. Not bad. I'm not gonna. He's a former wrestler, so he's got good balance. And he can penetrate the offensive line. I think it's, again, this is kind of what you're getting. In the 6th round, you're getting these kind of project guys. So I'm not really mad at the pickup at all. So overall, I'm gonna give this class a. If I'm taking into account the trade that happened and the picks that happened to Miami, I gotta give this a solid C. I gotta get a C, maybe even a D, bro. Cause listen, the Davis Mills pick is a head scratcher, but you added great value in Brevin Jordan and Nico Collins. Those are 2 good pickups that I like a lot. So I'm gonna give y'all a C, man. I'm gonna roll with the C. And then the 5 picks, I think you did the best you could with 5 picks. You got to get more draft capital. I probably would have traded back if I could, but you guys probably wanted a quarterback really bad. So to kind of prepare for the future. But Texans, man, strap in. It's going to be a long ride for y'all, man. Again, prayers up to all the folks involved in the Deshaun Watson situation and the Texans because they need it. All right, moving on. All right, next up we have the Indianapolis Colts. So the Colts, again, decent draft here. You went with Kwity Paye as the first overall guy, and I'm not mad at Kwity Paye. I probably would have leaned a little bit on cornerback here. It's something that y'all really didn't address in the draft, and I probably would have addressed that in this draft. But Kwity Paye, solid edge rusher. Not mad at that. Again, you guys have a very good defense there, and you guys know how to use the guys that you get from a defensive standpoint. So I'm not mad at that. Kwitty's a solid passer. She's polished. Again, he could add some pass rushing moves, but I think he's solid. For giving him what you're getting at 21, where you picked him, I think it's a good pick. And I think this is a good Ballard type guy, man. Ballard knows what he's doing, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I like this. This is a good pickup for the Colts, man. Next up, you got Dio Adaji. I don't know how to say this dude's name. Dio. Okay, we got Dio, whatever. This dude's out of Vanderbilt, another edge rusher. This is a head scratcher for me. I'm not really familiar with this cat. He came out of nowhere. I'm not really familiar with him, so I can't really speak to this dude. He did tear his Achilles back in the day, so that probably limited some of his explosiveness. But if he's healthy, maybe it works out. But there's a huge risk in taking a guy in the second round with this kind of injury risk. So we'll see what happens. Again, I thought there were better options there at that time when you took him. So that's a head scratch for me. Next up, you got Ken Granson, tight end out of SMU. Again, this is another guy that I don't really know about. With guys like Brevin Jordan on the board, this seems like a reach. I don't even know who this kid is. So this seems like a reach to me. Yeah, that's another head scratcher for me. Another head scratcher. Sean Davis out of Florida. He's a good athlete. Again, you got to add to that secondary. But I don't know. He's going to probably be a sub-package dude. I think he can play nickel too. So I think you can find a role for this cat in your defense. So this is a decent pick. I'm not mad at that pickup at all. And then you drafted Sam Ehlinger, who this is another head scratcher for me. Another head scratcher. I think Sam Ehlinger is a decent quarterback, but I don't know about this one. 6th round. I don't know about this one either, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do like him. I've seen some of the games he's had in Texas, but again, I just think he's always going to be a forever backup. He's just a guy that's going to be a backup. I mean, that's what you wanted. Maybe that's what you wanted. You guys have Carson Wentz, so you didn't need a guy that could step in. So that's why I question using that pick. But also, I get it too because Carson Wentz does have some injury issues and injury history. So maybe you got a guy that can back him up in the case that he goes down. So maybe I get it, but I don't know about Ehlinger. I just don't know about him. Next up, Michael Strawn. Now, this is a pick I like a lot. I like this pick a lot in the 7th round. This dude is a super athlete, a track star. He's a big cat, 6'5", and he can run a 4.4. Dominated in Charleston. This dude is a beast. He's one of my favorite players, one of my favorite sleepers in the draft. So I love this. This is a really good pick. I think he can be very impactful if he can find a role in this roster. He can be a monster in the future. Okay. I love this pick. This is a very good pick. Then Will Fries out of Penn State. He's a solid too. I know about Will Fries. He's a physical guy. I like him. He plays through the whistle. So again, 7th round. This is kind of what you're getting. So it is what it is. So I can't really add too much to that. But overall, I'm gonna give this draft a C. I gotta give it a C, man. There's a couple head scratchers. When you take Brevin Jordan, you don't take Brevin Jordan. You take a guy like Kylan Granson, who I don't even know. I can't. And then this dude in the 2nd round, that's a head scratcher for me. I can't really get over that. My favorite pick is gonna be Michael Strawn. I love Michael Strawn. This dude's a baller. And I think Kwity Paye is gonna be solid. I think he's gonna be a solid edge rusher. But at the end of the day, it's too many question marks in that 2nd and 4th round. I'm a bit. Got some question marks there. I thought you could have got some more impactful players. But at the end of the day, solid C for the Indianapolis Colts. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans. Man, the Titans had a really good draft, man. I love what they did here. Starting out with Caleb Farley. Listen, at 22, I was about to say at 2022. At 22, this is a very good pick that comes with some high risk, okay? But I think the risk is going to be worth the reward that could happen if this dude balls out, okay? This guy was a potential top 10 pick before all the injury concerns came about. I didn't get a chance to see him as pro day because of the back injuries and all these other injuries that he has. But if it pans out, this guy could be an absolute steal at where you got him, and it was a need. You guys needed a cornerback. You got one, and you got a good one if it works out. Listen, I love this pick, Caleb Farley. He's just got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he stays healthy, man. But again, it's worth at 22. It's worth the risk. I'm taking that risk at this point. So if he stays healthy, probably the steal of the draft for sure. All right, moving on. Dylan Radins, I like this pick a lot too. Again, I'm always a proponent of addressing the offensive line. I think he's going to flip over to the right side and kind of take the replacement of Isaiah Wilson. Isaiah Wilson, we know what happened with that. And I think Dylan Radins could be a good fit there on the right side until you kind of want to decide to flip him over to the left. So we'll see what happens. I think he played with a mobile quarterback in Trey Lance, so he knows how to play with those mobile guys. Tannehill can take the ball and go with it. So I like this. This is a good fit for the Tennessee Titans. I like this pick a lot. Really good fit. Next up, Monty Rice, linebacker out of Georgia. Listen. Again, I think there were better guys on the board at this point, so I got to question this pick with guys like Baron Brown and Jabril Cox. I don't know that I would have taken him over those two. But at the end of the day, I think at this point this is depth. You did sign Jaylen Brown, and you still got Rashaan Evans, so a bit of a head scratcher there. Maybe you see something we don't. And again, taking him in the third, I thought there were much better options there. Next up, Elijah Molden. This is a really good pick. I like Elijah Molden, especially if you need a slot guy, a nickel guy. This is going to be a steal right here. This is a good player. I think he replaces Desmond King potentially, maybe even an upgrade. You never know. So I like this pickup a lot. And listen, this dude, if you put on some Washington tape, and Washington knows what to do with these DBs. They have really good DBs in the league right now. I think this is a really good pickup for the Titans here. Next up, Dez Fitzpatrick out of Louisville. This is a head scratcher for me. I thought this cat was kind of a later day 3 guy, not in the 4th round. You took him where you took him, and I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. He does have good size, got some good hands, but I think there were better receivers on the board at the time you took him, so I do have to question this one. I got to question that one. Rashad Weaver, I do like Rashad Weaver a lot. First of all, we share the same first name, so I love that. And this guy has a ton of good film in Pittsburgh. Really good player. Probably should have went a little bit earlier in the draft. I think this is a steal. I think this is probably, outside of the Farley pick, this is probably a steal of the draft for y'all. I think he's got good technique, good agility to translate over to the next level. I think this is a very solid pick. Very solid pick. And again, you guys have some good edge rushers. You're going to add him to the rotation. Love that pick. Next up, Ray McBath out of LSU. Not really too. I really don't know about this guy. He has a limited tape at LSU. Primarily did his work out of the slot, so I'm not really familiar. I think you guys needed some receivers, but I'm not sure he's the guy I would have taken. And then next up, you got Brady Breeze out of Oregon. You guys cut you guys cut Kenny Vaccaro, and I think you needed somebody to fill that spot. So I think Brady Breeze is a guy that can do that. You got Molden too, and then you added Amani Hooker. So there's a lot of options there. So we'll see what happens. I think it was a solid pick. Again, when you're taking guys this late, you're kind of looking for role players, and you're looking for a guy that could potentially pop. But you never know. But at this point in the draft, in the 6th round, you're getting what you're getting. That being said, man, I'm going to give this draft a solid B. I really like the first. I like the 3 3 of the first 4 picks. So Dylan Radins, I really love that pick. Caleb Farley, if he works out, is going to be a steal. And I love the Elijah Molden pick for you guys. The Monty Rice pick is a bit questionable for me. That's why I give you a B. That kind of drops you down from an A. And a couple other guys, Desmond Patrick too. That one drops you down a little bit too. But outside of that, man, I think it was a solid draft. I'm not really mad at that. Solid B for the Tennessee Titans. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. And listen, shout out to Duval, first of all. But real quick, I love it. I said this with the Jets. I love it when a coach can come in and get his quarterback to die with, okay? You pick a guy, there's no excuses. You picked him. We're going to sink or swim together. And I love that. So shout out to Urban Meyer. He goes out, gets his quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a good player again, but it's all about the support at the end of the day. And so, again, you got to support him. So, again, we could talk about how great Trevor Lawrence could be, but it's all about what you put around him and how you're going to support him. And so, first of all, how you did that was drafting his running back. And I don't like this pick as a player, as a position. I don't like taking this pick, Travis Etienne, in a vacuum. If you look on the board and you say I take Travis Etienne at 25 overall, I don't like this pick. However, I do like the fact that you paired him up with Trevor Lawrence. I do love that because you know what that does? First of all, it tells me that you're going to support your quarterback no matter what, and you got his old college teammate. So I love that. There's some familiarity there. You're making him comfortable back there. As far as pass blocking schemes and things like that, I think Travis Etienne just knows how Trevor works. And so, again, those handoffs. I know you guys have a ton of running backs too. You guys already have a bunch of guys. But at the end of the day, it's all about making your quarterback comfortable. And I don't like this pick in a vacuum, but I get it because you're making your quarterback comfortable. Again, James Robinson, you have him already, and there's some other guys you have. But listen, I get it. You're making him comfortable, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, supporting your quarterback. So I like it, but I don't like the pick at the same time. Next up, Tyson Campbell. This is a cornerback that I like a lot. I like him a lot, okay? Tyson Campbell's a bigger cornerback out of Georgia. And listen, he's got some good tape. He's got some really good tape. And I thought he was the better of the Georgia cornerbacks. Me personally, that's me. But I think you can probably put him out there day one with C.J. Henderson and see what happens, man. Sink or swim. You took him that high, you got to justify it by playing him, right? And I love it. Maybe you guys wanted a safety here. Maybe you could have taken Morig. But I get it, man. I get taking Tyson Campbell. I like Tyson Campbell a lot. And I think it was a perfect spot to take him, too. A lot of people may see that as a surprise, but I like this pick a lot. I'm a fan. Next up, Walker Little. This is another pick that I like a lot. I like this pick up a lot because, one, Walker Little, he has limited tape, right? He got injured in 2019, and he opted out in 2020, so it's very little film. But when he was on the field, he was a really good player. And again, you have to support your quarterback, okay? You got to support him by any means necessary. Get him a good left tackle, and I like it. Maybe 45 was a bit of a reach. But if it works out, you're going to be looking at that like, man, we got to steal. So I'm not mad at that. Again, we have to see what he's like, though, because he has a lot of time off of football. He's got to get readjusted very quick. So we'll see what happens. With Walker Little. Next up, Andre Cisco. I love this pick. You like the safety, you needed a safety, and you got a safety I like. Andre Cisco, he is a player that is high risk, high reward. He's going to take some chances. He's going to get out there. He's going to jump some routes and make some really good plays, and he's going to get beat sometimes for get caught looking in the backfield. So I love it. But at the end of the day, you got to be patient with the kid. He's going to need some time to kind of get it right and get familiar. But listen, round 3, I love the pick. I love the pick where you got him. I'm not mad at it at all, okay? Again, he's got good awareness. He's a physical dude. Again, he just takes a lot of risk back there. So you got to kind of hone in that, get him coached up, and I think he'll be fine. Next up, Jay Tufele. I love this pick too. Interior defensive lineman who's very explosive for his size. And listen, I love this pick. He opted out in 2020, so we didn't get a chance to see him. But yeah, man, love this pick on fixing that interior defensive line. So I love that. And Jordan Smith, another, at this point in the draft, I think this is a steal. This guy is going to be really good. He has the potential to be really good. He's got the size. He's got the athleticism. I think he can add to that pass rush. He had a really good Senior Bowl. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with Jordan Smith. I hope he works out. But 6'6", 2, I don't know what he is. I don't know what he weighs, but he's got some dog in him. So we'll see what happens. Then next up, Luke Farrell. I like this pick too. Former Ohio State. Kind of linking back up with Urban Meyer. So I'm not mad at this pick. Maybe it's a bit of a reach. I think we were getting this dude undrafted in mock drafts, and you took him in the fifth. So maybe a bit of a reach, but again, you're going after your guys at this point. Fifth round, you can take some chances. So I'm not mad at that. Then next up, you got Jalen Camp out of Georgia Tech. Love this pick. This dude's a stud, and listen, Georgia Tech puts out wide receivers, and I love it. He's an intriguing guy, and listen, at this point in the draft, it is what it is. Overall, man, listen. Overall, there were some question marks. There were some head scratchers. Man, I wish I would have implemented my plus system, because I probably would have. I'm gonna give this draft a B, because there's a. No, you know what? I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give this draft an A, because listen, I love that you're supporting your quarterback, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Again, the ETN pick may not look good on paper, but making your quarterback comfortable is what matters with that pick. The Tyson Campbell pick, I love it a lot, and I see some people may be down on that pick, but I like it. I love Tyson Campbell. Walker Little is a high risk, high reward player. We'll see what happens. Andre Cisco, good player. So I like this draft, man. Let me not sell y'all short, man. That's an A. That's an A for the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. All right, you see me go through each class. Now it's time to go from worst to best. We're gonna go from 4 to 1. It's time to rank them. All right. So coming in number 4 for me, I have the Houston Texans. Listen, Texans, you only have 5 picks. First of all, I probably would have maneuvered around, try to get some more draft capital, try to do what I can do with the best that I have. But you picked Davis Mills in the second round with your first pick. I just question that pick. I'm not sure that he was the best guy available at the time. But I get it. You guys are going through some turmoil down there, and you probably needed a guy. So I get it. Love the Nico Collins pick. Love the Brevin Jordan pick. But at the end of the day, you didn't do enough to kind of eclipse the other teams in the division. That being said, coming in at number 3, I have the Indianapolis Colts. Listen, the Colts had some question marks, okay? They had some really questionable picks, okay? But Kwity Paye, I love. And that Michael Strawn pick, I love that pick. And again, a couple of these guys, man, I just trust the Colts enough. I trust their GM. I trust their front office enough that some of these guys are going to pan out. We're going to be like, man, who in the world is that? So I trust them. I think they've earned clout. They have enough clout for me to respect them in some of these picks. Again, like the Sean Davis pick. I don't know that guy, but I bet you he's going to work out. Kylan Granson. I don't know who that is either. But at the end of the day, that Strong pick, I like that Strong pick a lot. I think he has potential to surprise a lot of people. That's my favorite pick of the Colts draft, right? Moving on to number 2, we have the Tennessee Titans. Man, the Titans, I love their draft. They had a very solid draft. And listen, at the end of the day, you got Caleb Farley, bro. Caleb Farley, he could be the steal of the draft. Dylan Radins, you never know what can happen with him. I love addressing the offensive line. Elijah Mold, some really good picks. And that Titans defense, man, y'all are going to have some dogs if it works out. Those cornerbacks work out. You already got some solid edge rushers. You got some solid front 7 guys. But if that back end starts to work out, that defense is going to be very scary. So I love what they did here. I love what they did here with their draft. Then coming to number 1, obviously we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously Trevor Lawrence is going to weigh their draft very, very, very heavily, okay? Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, again, making your quarterback comfortable. I talked about that. It's bigger than just taking a player. You're making a guy comfortable. And he's not a first-round guy, but they made him one. And listen, they're making the quarterback comfortable, and they added to the offensive line a little bit and Walker Little. I'm not mad at the Tyson Campbell pick. Love the JT Fele pick. Love the Jordan Smith pick. So I think by far, well, maybe not by far. I think the Titans might be on them a little bit, but I would say with conviction that the Jacksonville Jaguars have the best draft in the AFC South. That being said, man, that's all I got. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. hit that like button, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If I'm off, if I'm on, let me know. But at the end of the day, just make sure you subscribe. That being said, I'm out. Peace.